Again, Tuesday. Time to get it in before all the normies wake up underneath the streetlights. A real man earns his own respect on a daily basis underneath the streetlights, and that gives him courage to face the world righteously and right standing first with himself, and then with his actions and with everything that expands outward from there. Do the work. Reveal yourself to yourself while creating yourself so no one can take your value from you because they weren't there when you earned it. Motivation to get in here today. It's an uphill battle getting into the gym, into the crucible, but you gotta ask yourself, for me, it's like, why am I doing this? This is who I am. Warriors die when they can't find a war. My war is with myself over weaker versions of myself. I feel compassion for a man who's comparing him to other people, who's comparing himself to others. The only way that's even possible is if you're unhappy and unfocused on chasing your own potential. One of the things we all have to, if you choose to go on this journey that you're gonna have to learn to be comfortable with, is gonna be the fact that people are gonna continually try to define you, and they're gonna misdefine you, they're gonna attack you, they're gonna see you through the lens of their own inadequacies. And you have to be able to stay focused on the mission and do what you need to do to unlock your greatness. You're gonna be focused on your own fight. There's gonna be all these people focusing on you, attacking you, trying to define you. You better be doing the work to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I've been up since 4:30. I'm up in here talking to you guys at 6 a.m. Look at the time stamp on this snap, right? I'm up in the gym, getting after it, doing what I do. Define yourself. Continually define yourself and redefine yourself. And the fights necessary to do that will protect you from other people's opinions about it. Because if you're like me and you're multidimensional, where I work in motivation and inspiration, executive protection, civilian protection and training, I do other types of private security other than executive protection, right? So then people from all those categories try to define you as, wait, why is Byron doing something not executive protection? And then they'll attack you because they can't fathom that you're multidimensional. So you better know who you are in every single one of those realms. So when the hyenas come, they won't eat you alive. And then when the pride turns on you, they won't eat you alive either. That's why you gotta be up at 6 a.m. working harder than all of them while they sleep in the comfort of what you provide for them. And the other ones are on the perimeter looking to close in. Feeling like welcoming the sunrise with blood, sweat, and respect. That's what we're doing out here. Remember, the ones that try to define you are generally the exact things they try to define you as. Because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. Somebody tries to call you a fake, look into them. I've found this on 2 occasions so far. The ones that call you something, it's like the cheating girlfriend or cheating boyfriend. The one that accuses you of cheating is the one that's cheating, you know what I'm saying? The one that accuses you of being something. You look into them and you find out you're the very thing you're trying to say that I am. And I'm most sad for you because you're not just focused on your purpose. You're missing out. Life is beautiful. There's only one battle worth fighting. There's only one person worth focusing on. And that's yourself. Making sure you're congruent with yourself. You respect yourself. You work to respect yourself. You don't look for a participation trophy. You look to earn your trash. And first and foremost, you gotta do it yourself. If you're focusing on other people, you're focusing on things that are outside of you, meaning things you do not have control over. In order to add to your internal peace and homeostasis, it is a weak position and a losing battle. Focus on yourself and fight the only worthy battle worth fighting is the battle against weaker versions of yourself in an effort to evolve. This is the game on yourself for years, that when they approach your psychology, it's them versus you and the hundreds and thousands of people you've studied and learned against. This game ain't no joke. Come as one man, but I stand as thousands. I stand before you as thousands of people. I've been learning for years the audiobook journey. I'm congruent. You can feel the power of my words. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to be that man that's put in the work, that's died 1,000 deaths in training, so you bleed less in battle. You want to be that man who's worked. I'm a man who's died 1,000 deaths, as I died a death this morning to get to the gym. And you want to be that man when you find yourself in the belly of the beast and in combat. You know, I don't need bravado. I don't need to yell. I don't need to cuss. It's actually a very intimate thing. But this isn't me preaching. This is me processing in front of you. This is me being willing to be the man in the ring in front of the world. So, you know, this comes from a place of self-discovery, self-creation, and humility. Always. Just know that. I always tell you guys, man, like, you're watching these videos, you're doing life with me, you know. I am talking to myself while I talk to you. I'm sharing myself with all of you. Differently, I find that the game is fighting the fight internally, which inoculates us and prepares us for the fights we're gonna have to go through externally. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's some crazy stuff in here. Dang, all I was gonna say is, you can't outperform your self-concept. You're gonna live from a place, and you're gonna act from a place of understanding of who you organically are. It comes full circle to what I said at the beginning. I got out of bed because I told myself, why are you doing this? Because this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what we do. This is what makes us. And so I was operating from a place of my self-concept. And this is what we all do every day, whether we realize it or not. And that's why I talk about creating yourself and discovering yourself deliberately. Dictate the outcomes of your life because of the behaviors you'll be able to execute on a regular basis. That makes sense. And if you're gonna be a leader and you're gonna be out front, it's important you learn how to, you need the daily discipline of working alone, working without support, working on yourself, because it's like this inverse thing happens. You get to a place of leadership by working on yourself by yourself when no one believes in you because you're a visionary and you're willing to put in the work, right? Then you find yourself being accepted by the pack, loved and appreciated for a while. But then inevitably, when it comes down to it being time for you to get after it, to do things, to be that visionary, you find that you're alone again. And so you go through these seasons and these mountains and valleys where learning how to be alone, work alone on yourself, fight the battle inside so you can win the battle outside. This game is so much less about managing your situation. It's about managing your mind and your heart and not letting the battles that are outside change your name. But you can only do that if you know who you are. And where do you find out who you are? In the crucible, getting after it. So That's what we're here to do. But the principle was, you begin by learning how to fight and train yourself on your own, because you will end up as a leader being in front on your own with just yourself and your God. Hopefully it is for somebody. I know it's for me. And don't fall in love with your results. If you get good results, remind yourself you're only as good as your next move. Nobody cares by tomorrow, homie. Nobody cares by tomorrow. You're only as good as your next move. Never fall in love with a past version of yourself, a past victory, or anything, a past identity, a past, once a Marine, always a Marine. Yeah, that's true. But as Byron, I'm so much more. Being a Marine was one dimension of who I am. So it would be foolish for me or anyone else to crystallize the potential of my life as an individual, as a human, with a sovereign right to create anything at any time, into one phase of my development. You've got to transcend everything that you once have been for who you're becoming. Be patient with yourself. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Remember, if you can stay patient and consistent at putting in max effort, homie, you will inevitably win. Honor it, appreciate it, learn from it, move. Stick and move. And you'll put distance between you and everybody else who hates you or wants to be you or doesn't understand you. Become powerful. And then you can help more people. That's really the game. Now we go, we face the day. Now that we've faced ourselves. Much love. Let's get after this thing together.